Welcome to Reseller Recap, where we talk all things reselling across multiple platforms. Join us for real-life discussions on how we crush the elusive work-life balance. Grab a coffee and join us now.
Welcome back to another episode of Reseller Recap. Today we're talking about body hair. Are you for or against it? That's the big question of today.
That is not where we should have started, but okay, that is definitely an introduction.
We'll cut some of that out. Not Morgan talking about pubes though. That's staying in.
That's fine. I mean, this is what we talk about. You know, we'll get serious eventually.
Oh, no. We'll start a poll. I'm guessing if you're under 29, 28, I can guess in your do men watch this podcast? Do you guys know the statistics?
We should make a poll.
I don't know. I should look at the statistics.
I know which way you're leaning. You want hairless, right? And we're gonna start a poll and we're gonna figure this out for the community. Don't worry.
They want teenage girl level hairless.
Yeah. Anyways, we have a special guest. This is our first guest ever on the podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Diana. And
so honored to be the first.
I
get the podcast virginity. That's it. I can claim that. I'm claiming it.
We'll make you a shirt. It will have a cherry.
Yes.
It will say I was her first.
Yes.
I was Reseller Recaps first.
Make it. We'll all wear it at the Walmart conference. Okay.
You're on that shirt.
What'd you say?
Morgan makes shirts.
Mark, yes, it's on you. I bring the bags, you bring the pink shirts. It's gonna be like host, first guest. I was the first, you know.
Diana, who are you?
Unhinged.
What gives you the gumption to get up every morning in this Amazon space? What keeps you going? Tell us about yourself.
Oh my God. So I am Diana. I have a last name, but I don't think we need it here. Like you can figure it out, right? I'm a business owner and an Amazon seller. As of 2 years ago, I'm also event planner, thrower, owner thing. I do all the things for funsies. I'm not allowed to have free time. Otherwise, I start a new business and things get derailed. So now I do, what do? I fix other people's businesses, but I don't fix them. I don't want to like anybody struggling in their business. Like I'm not fixing it for you. I'll tell you what you're doing wrong and that. But like I help people grow their business. If, you know, there's multiple ways that businesses happen. You start doing shit and like all of a sudden money starts appearing and it's like a symptom of a good business. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's go clean it up. So that's kind of how I always end up in a new business. Bad ideas turn into a good business. And
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And how did it get to this point? How did you let it get this so out of control?
That's a great question. I have no idea. But honestly, there is like anybody that tells you there's like no, they worked like super hard. They're really like not realizing. I'm not into foo-foo, like fluffy things, but like they manifested somewhere along the way. They got lucky. Something happened to triggers it. Like I fell into it. I was like really young and dumb. Like we're talking about, I'm in my 40s now. I'm 41. I'm not hiding my age. I'm okay with it. You should be too, but whatever. But I started in 2000. So do the math. How dumb and young I was. And I just didn't know better. And like when you're that ignorant, you're like, this works. Let's run with this. And the economy tanked out, 2007, 8, 9, 10, all of that stuff was happening. Like our economy's tanking now, whatever. And when I was done with college, I was like, I'm sorry, what? The money you're offering me? No. I was like, I'm just going to stick here, I guess. Like, big plans. I was supposed to be in academia. I wanted to be a professor. I have a bachelor's. I have a bachelor's of arts and a bachelor's of science. I was going to be like this fluffy, cute little teacher, working with college kids. I can't do kids, but like freshmen and senior sophomores in college, they're like already like half formed humans. You could work with that. And then I was like, well, I have to do a master's and I have to work and all of these things. And I was like, I can't afford my life like this. Like I have a kid and a husband and rent to pay at that time. I was like, I need to adult here. So I kept with this and here I am.
Yeah.
Still here for better or worse. And your therapy bills just keep going up and up.
I actually like this. Nobody can tell because I'm very like full of venom and like
mean.
No. But I actually
honest. She's not mean. She's just honest.
No,
I'm actually not mean. I'm very kind. And somebody called me mean the other day. I'm like, I'm mean to you. You get what you get.
Okay, so that's kind of mean.
Don't be an asshole to me. I will never be an asshole to you. I start with nice. It's on you to screw it up. And I really didn't want to use an F word there. And I'm being a good first guest and keeping my potty mouth clean.
We'll just put that this is an 18 and up episode. It's fine.
I was gonna say our editor appreciates
it's gonna get like NR ratings soon. Don't worry, because
we talk about pubes, but no F words.
I'm going to
draw the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna work really hard not to drop like all the F bombs, but I have an extensive vocabulary. I promise you, I know how to use it. I just sometimes want to be heard, and that solidly placed F bomb really emphasizes,
gets the point across.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or I throat punch you because you're an idiot. So like, I mean,
kind of mean. See, another tally for Diana's mean on my part. You're pretty. She's like, I'm not mean, and she's like, I'm gonna throat punch you.
Sometimes, like, I sit there and I have to listen to people like liking the sound of their own voice, and they'll go on for like 45 minutes, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can wait until you're done, or I could stop you, but like, you like the sound of your own voice too much, so I will politely let them know that it is long overdue to shut up.
Yeah, they're done now.
Using my voice, not acting out of primal instinct. They're shutting them up permanently so they don't inflict this pain on others.
And you guys might not have heard of Diana much because she's kind of hidden, and we've been making her show up places and be present. Because if you don't like the voices in the community talking, you need to be a voice. Yep. I stand by that. And Diana is incredibly smart, mean, talented presence in this space that's needed because people have been running amok too long with their BSery. And Diana is here to set them straight. And I'm behind Diana pulling her back sometimes, both literally and spiritually.
Listen, I have a very, very long fuse until somebody says something and they make like themselves, self-appointed know-it-all of whatever the topic. And I'll just quietly be like, no, it's just not it.
I'm gonna make sure you spin out completely on this podcast.
Okay, fair.
I want to hear like what is happening in the community in the past year that drives you the most crazy. What do you see?
Oh my God.
I'm going to spin you out and then we'll watch you burn and everyone will love it.
Okay. So everybody thinks that if you do something for like 5 minutes, you're supposed to like magically and instantly just be successful at it. And it makes like my blood boil when I see, you could say it. And if your target audience is like grown ass adults, go for it. They will figure it out. Right. But they target people who want to believe this dream. Do you know what I mean? It's like predatory targeting. It's like they're going after people with limited resources, and they do it fully knowing that some of these people are going to struggle through it, have no real way to succeed. And so I often find somebody will call me and they'll like ask me a question, right? And they'll be like, how hard it is to do. I'm like, nothing is impossible to do, but these are all the things you're going to have to go through, right? And I'm not talking about opening an Amazon account or a Walmart account, just like something within the business of, And I'm like, these are all the things, right? You present me a problem, I give you a solution, right? I'm like, are you willing to do these things? And are you willing to invest the time? Because it's not going to be tomorrow. And they're like, wow, like you're the first person that didn't tell me like that I should send you money and like do consulting with you and you'll help me get there. And I'm like, I don't want to take your money and lie to you. I'm like, if I'm taking your money, you're committed to me. I'm committed to you. We're going to get to your end goal. I will get you there crying and sobbing. You're not going to like any of the things I said, but you're going to have results, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the people in this community are selling this American dream of a white picket fence, 2.5 kids. You're going to be making $100,000.
Yep.
You're not going to be making $100,000. If your revenue is $100,000, you're freaking lucky to be keeping 10 after operational expenses, after Amazon fees, after Walmart fees, after the fees for the fee FIFO. So you're not making it. You know what I mean? And I love when I see people go, I made $3 million. Did you though?
Yeah. Where? You mean you sold $3 million? Don't think you
Right.
You have $3 million of revenue? Like, not to say that $3 million in revenue is like something to like just be a snob about. It's a great number. It's terrific. Make 4, make 5, you know. The spread there is if you make your first million, the next milestone is 3. After 3, it's 7. After 7, it gets exponentially bigger. But you have to know how to do those things, right? You could get dumb lucky and do $1 million in your first, 12 months. But the amount of capital required to do that, a normal person doesn't have that.
Yeah.
A person who's at a 9 to 5 paying their bills and putting away for savings, A, rare people. B, they don't have the capital needed for an e-com business. I don't care which platform you're using, right? And that's the other thing that drives me completely bonkers. Amazon is a sales channel. Okay? I know you ladies know this. I yell this at you all the time. You're stuck with me on, after dark on Mondays and on Fridays. I'm religious about Crazy Flipping Mom because people listen. Like shockingly, people listen. And I just want people to listen. I don't want to argue. I don't want to debate. If I'm wrong, tell me, show me. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm always right, but like, don't give me like your feelings about it. I was like on another, I don't know, whatever it is I do, hop around people's like discords and chats. I'm like, the guy was giving me feelings like, you're wrong. I'm like, but I'm not wrong. It's not like something you can do. I'm like, it's going to end. Like the gravy train is going to like end. I'm like, if we're talking about longevity, that's like not a long-term plan. And he was like, no, I can do this forever. I'm like, okay, so do it. Why are you arguing? You proved me wrong. But like all of that stuff drives me mad.
Yeah.
I know people that have scaled RA, OA businesses massively. So it's a viable business model, right? And that's the other thing, business model, OA, RA, wholesale, distribution, private label, whatever it is. Just, we need to stop making up names for shit. It gets aggressively easier. Like right now there is what's the newest thing? Brand direct, and we're mixing up brand direct with exclusivity, with brand management, with agency work, all of that stuff. And I love how everybody's like, I'm gonna fix your listing, I'm gonna run PPC, I'm gonna that's already a given, that's already baseline. If you're just discovering that that's like a thing you have to do if you want to work with a brand, you're like a year late and $1 short. The land grab was like 2 years ago. And now everybody's fighting for the thing. And like, I swear to you, whenever I'm at a trade show and I talk to the vendors that I know, they're like, do you know how many people gave me like a bad version of like what you do for us just today? I'm like, did you hear at least one good one? And like every so often somebody will be good about it because they have a specialty. They have something they're really good at. They don't come at them and give this generic shit. Like you can't be generic in this space. And a lot of people keep emulating the generic and it just goes through. Like that's the stuff that makes me mad. And look, I didn't spin out. My head's still on my shoulders. It's not,
I think it's true. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
No, I was going to say, like, and that's one thing I always like that you've been so honest with all of us about, like, when we start having the conversations of like, okay, is RAOA sustainable? Do we at some point pivot to wholesale? What would that look like? You've been honest and realistic of like, okay, you guys are making, 30, 40% returns. And if you go into wholesale, you're lucky if you're making 8 to 10, like you got to think about it. It's more money in it. Yes, the volume's there. And then people just don't think those things through and they just jump in. And I don't know, I don't have an extra 50K lying around to just jump in and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be smart. Like, what are you doing with it? We talk about that too when people take loans. Don't just take a loan because they're offering you a loan. Figure out a game plan, have a game plan. When you go to trade shows, why are you going there? What are you trying to do? Do you already have meetings set up with these people? Don't just show up and like be like, you should hire me. Why? Like, what sets you apart? And I mean, you got your ducks in your background. I mean, that you have made yourself a brand and people know you. You know what I mean? Like, because they could now with all this brand direct stuff, they could go direct. So why would they want somebody, wholesaling their product and stuff? And it's you, like the person that's behind it and the person that has all the pieces in place to make sure that their brand is successful on the platform or whichever platform they go to, Amazon or Walmart.
Or Target Plus, or Best Buy's coming up in June, or Shein. Shein has a great algorithm right now. But to go back to your points, 50 grand, if that's what you're trying to dump into, like right away, supply chain due diligence is another thing that's like so convoluted here, because there's people to whom, like, after decades of them being in the business, I have to explain, you are buying diverted goods. And they look at me dead in the face going, what is that? Like, if you don't even know what you're doing within your own business, that's like a lost conversation. But then you have to understand 50 grand, right? If that's the spread on your business, that's not 50 grand once, that's 50 grand every damn time to reorder the stuff and to continue going. Mm-hmm. So like, wholesale is a beast you have to feed, just like Amazon is a beast you have to feed. I love the Amazon beast. I know, whatever. It tortures everybody equally. I have plenty of gray hair to show for it. But like, if somebody is as dumb as me could figure it out for this many years, everybody has a chance. It's just dedication and patience. Like, my goals is to be like standing after Amazon is gone. Like, I was here before Pharma Packs. I was here before a lot of people on the platform who are like way more famous, and that's fine. Great. Yeah. Let's be here together forever. This year, when I started out on the platform in 2003, there was like 4 of us in that category. This year, one of the guys called me. He goes, "It's just me and you, girl." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that's it. The other 2 left." I was like, "Holy shit, that's insane." But so if you're thinking, "Oh, I have this 50 grand, I'm going to dump it into Amazon, Walmart, wherever," that's not wholesale. Wholesale is consistent and continuous. And the other thing you talked about is trade shows. I make it seem fun, right? I'm always like posting pictures of me drinking. I'm chatting. I'm going out. You guys were with me at Prosper. I was out. Yep. We were out.
We were out
drinking.
4 a.m. Like,
look at Emily's face. She's like, "Don't talk about that. Don't spill my secrets like that." It is the best time. Okay. You don't even need to do anything. You just follow Emily around and see what happens. And you're like, I love being entertained and not having to do anything for it. Anywhere. Emily's like the best show you could watch.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It's freaking better.
It is a compliment.
It is a total compliment.
We always have the greatest time. That's always like the 4 of us together at Walmart is going to be unreal.
Can we drink on the show floor, or do I have to like bring a flask and hide it?
No, you can drink there. They provide drinks. Awesome. To the show.
Yeah, they had like happy hours last time, like after the first day. Then they had the party the second day. So,
right. Yeah. So where I was going with this, I'm going to be ready for the show. I'm going to know exactly what I need from the show. I went into my Walmart selling account. We don't talk about how much I hate and Walmart just as much as I hate Amazon, but I love them both. great places, blah, blah, blah. Emily was first teaching us about it, just saying it. Like she was the first. So like she gets that shirt. But it's a lot of work. Trade shows are a lot of work, and the amount of pre-work that I do and the spreadsheets can kill you. But if you don't come armed with data and you don't come like presentable and be realistic and be a real person and have an ounce of professionalism, just, I'm not even asking anyone to be like a real adult anymore.
Yeah.
Like, forget it. Just
an ounce.
Just
The bar is here.
Just a shot.
The bar is literally here.
so low. Sorry. Then go have a ball, like afterwards, after you're done, after you checked off all the boxes, you did all the things, you spoke with the vendors, the service providers, whatever, then go do your thing, but people make it like, I'm a trade show, I'm going to get all these contracts. No, you're not. Like I saw a picture. Oh my God. Instagram is what makes me spin out. Cause like the algorithm keeps feeding me all the Amazon shit now. And I have a very separate like account where I follow the Amazon people on, because I don't want that on my personal, that I like have my people there. But sometimes it creeps into my personal, and like I see people, and like there was a dude standing in front of a giant Lego sign from like the toy fair, and he's like, "We landed the contract. What a win." One of the most litigious companies in the world. Okay, you might have landed the contract. I'm not saying you don't have skills. You absolutely landed the contract, 100%. Did you tell them you're going to sell that shit on Amazon?
Yeah.
Or Walmart?
Probably not.
I mean, like, let's be real.
Yeah. What was that contract that you're buying one exclusive set? Fantastic.
And let's be real for 30 seconds. Anybody who's buying directly from Lego, they're not selling on Amazon because it's not making them money. Okay.
Yeah.
So if they are buying in bulk, in wholesale Lego, let me tell you a little secret. They're importing it from out of the country. I even know who and where they're doing it from, because that's where the margin is. And guess what? If you're not making money, why are you selling on Amazon? There's much better hobbies to have. Like if you are doing $1 million, 3 million, 30 million, but you're left with bupkis at the end of it, like, and I mean bupkis. I don't mean like there's no money in your bank account. I mean, if your inventory didn't grow, if your business didn't grow, if you didn't move next to the next milestone, you got bupkis, right? If you got bupkis, go get a hobby. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of people keep trying, and it's like a slot machine. Like, let's go Amazon. This week I'm going to make money. Well,
yeah. And I think that's what I think that's what people appreciate about you is I was just watching another podcast, and they were saying how after so long, people in this space can be very negative. And the difference is there's this fine line between being realistic and just pulling things out of your ass, and when we all start, we are on this high of like, oh my God, especially if you're in your RA, you're like, oh my God, this was easy money. You found something that flipped really quick during Q4 and you're like creating courses, and setting up your brand. You think you're amazing. And it's not that you get negative, but you become hopefully realistic about the business. You're locked in and you're like, immediately you hear the BS or you're like, oh, that's not going to work. You can smell it. You can see it. You know what it's like. And if you are insecure, if you are new, that reads negative. Someone's rating on your little parade. That's sad. And you need people in your life who've done it all and who knows where the bodies are buried. And nobody represents that more than Diana. And she has
I know. I got all the bodies. I got the receipts. She has
the pictures to prove it.
Yeah.
I'm always entertained. I don't know how, but I'm just going to put it out there. If you got tea, keep sending it to me. You know who you are. You're already doing it. Keep doing it. But if you are new to this and you want to be friends with me and you don't know how to like jump the bridge over the mean, send me the tea. But you better come with receipts. If you're sending me rumors and shit, don't come at me. I will fucking